is a ATS 500 twin, 1954. The engine frame numbers are 1954. The gearbox numbers match up to a 53 model. I don't think the mufflers are original, or obviously the side mirror. I believe the rest of it is quite original. This is my first bike from the 50s, and I found it a great pleasure. As long as you do the maintenance, you'll be all good. Stop the bike. That's the magneto. Stopped. Turn your fuel off. And set your switches back and your air off. Now the starting procedure for these is, this is your advanced retard lever. It's quite loose, so actually you should have it set on about, it moves right around, so you should, when you start it, have it set on about 3/5, which is about there. Have your air closed to get it going, and kick away. If you have this lever adjusted too far, you'll end up kind of ending up at the bottom of those steps there. They do have a bit of a kick on them. This is a very reliable motorcycle. The electrics is 6-volt. Doesn't need the battery to run. That's the dynamo, and here is the magneto where you turn it off. This hose here runs to that lever on the left side of the handlebar, which you have just slightly set on when you kickstart the bike. Behind here there are 2 power leads which run straight to the spark plugs. There's no coil involved. There's no on and off switch on the handlebars or anything. This button here just kills everything when you want to stop it. That's your reserve, and your fuel is run by an Amel carburetor, which is here. Quite reliable, it's never given me any hassles. Part of the starting procedure is you have to tickle the carburetor until you get petrol on your fingers. Very important that you follow the startup procedure and the stop procedure on these motorcycles, and follow the instructions to the manual. After all, these are the guys that built the bike, they know best. Here is your gearbox filler, this large nut. You unscrew that nut, you put 1 pint of gearbox oil in, and this small nut at the back here, unscrew that nut, and you can see the measurement of oil level in the gearbox. This container here is your engine oil. That is your gearbox oil filler, not your engine oil filler. Engine oil goes here. It runs down through a pump system to here, gets pumped into the engine, runs all the way up, down, back down, all the way through here, comes out the bottom here and gets fed back up into this system. When you're starting the bike and warming it up, that silver pipe there should have, that's your return pipe. It should always have oil running out of it. That means that the oil's successfully going through the engine. If it doesn't have any oil coming out of it, you're not going to have an engine for very long. The gearbox, the gears are 1 up and 2 down, and that runs fine. They're a very nice motorcycle. I have a tap connected to the bottom of the engine oil container, which enables me to turn the tap off, so when you're not running the motorcycle, residue oil won't flow through into the bottom of the engine. They're not a high maintenance motorcycle. You look after them and they'll look after you. A small amount of residue does settle in the bottom of the engine, and it's measured. If you want to measure it, you undo that screw 4 times and wiggle this chrome plate out of a round hole, and you'll be able to see from the measurement markings underneath here where the oil level should be. Again, always use the right oil for this bike, always use the right plugs, the right tools for the right job, and read the manual. Very important. This bike starts for a second kick every go, runs fantastic. It's shoe brakes on the front and the rear. They seem to work very fine. These are the old bullet side lights, and you don't see many of those around actually. It's a headlight, the other bullet side light, and when you're running it, you've got your advanced retard set on a certain setting, your air off. When the bike starts, adjust the air very slowly to achieve a moderate idle, and that can be fine-tuned from a little screw in here from the carburetor, which is your idle screw, and fine-tuned, and that's how you let it warm up. Don't push it open fast or slow, just slowly let it warm up with a little bit of air getting into it. And when you start riding it, you can slowly open the air up, and by the time you're in top gear, your air's fully open. But remember, when you start it, air off, advanced retard, about there. It's probably about when you start feeling the grab down the bottom here on the cable, you move it about maybe a quarter of an inch. If you move it right around, like I said before, you won't be sitting on the bike for very long. It's in very good condition, and that's about it. See you later.